You look like someone who just got turned to stone, then crushed to a bloody pulp by the Mega Gorgon of Asphodel.
Hey everyone, Epic99 here, and I'd like to talk a little bit today about this new game from Supergiant, Hades. You might be familiar with Supergiant Games with some of their other titles, such as Bastion, Transistor, and their newest offering is this game Hades, which is getting a lot of attention. It was actually in early access about a year ago, and it's now fully out for Switch and PC, and I think other console systems as well. And this game is just really, really good. This is just a really solid, really fun roguelike adventure game. It has sort of a Diablo-esque third-person isometric camera angle. And the premise of the game is that you are the son of Hades and you want out. You want out of the underworld and you are doing everything that you possibly can to escape from Hades' domain. And so you travel through Tartarus trying to clear these rooms of monsters, making your way up this sort of... levels of hell to get out of there. Perhaps eventually trying to get to Olympus. And along the way, you get help from all sorts of NPC characters, and you get help from the Greek gods, and like Zeus and Poseidon and Aphrodite. All these people come down and kind of give you buffs. And this is a rogue-like game, and so you go into each room, you clear the monsters, and then what's really great about it is the way that the combat sort of... keeps things fresh, and we'll get to that in a second. But right now, as you can see, we're just kind of in like the hub level of the game. This is the Hades sort of like it's funny. The game is humorous in a way because hell is sort of run like a business here, and Hades kind of rules over everything and kind of makes all of these decisions and does all this paperwork. And you are sort of this like petulant child, kind of like butting up against your parents' wishes, and you want to escape from all of this. And so you'll kind of come to this hub every time that you die, and the NPCs will have new dialogue lines. You can come to your bedroom to upgrade your powers and abilities. You can select your weapons. You can select keepsakes that will buff your abilities in battle. There's all kinds of little hidden things you can unlock, and there's kind of like this architecture system where you can spend currencies to add things that might appear in Tartarus as you're progressing through it, and also kind of change the cosmetic look and feel of the actual underworld level that you're running through. There's like this funny pub, and there's all kinds of other sort of places and things that you can unlock as you go through this. So it's really neat. It keeps things fresh. It sort of addresses that issue of like sometimes for me, roguelikes get a little stale in between runs, and this game does. It really fleshes out this hub world, and you actually do spend some time here. There's some cutscenes you get to do here. There's sort of some interactive flashbacks you get to do here. So there's a lot of really neat things to be done in this sort of hub world in between your runs at trying to escape through Tartarus. And that's the next bit here that we're going to look at. Let's take a look at the actual core meat and bones of this game, which is the action combat, which is some of the best I've seen in any roguelike ever. So let's jump into that.
Turns out that I may be stopping back from time to time like this, but please don't bother picking up my room. I won't be staying.
All right, so here's where Hades really shines. It's in the way that the combat and the gameplay makes you really kind of want to come back for more and keep going. I don't usually play games for that long extended periods of time, but this one kept me going for like a couple of hours, which is actually a lot for me. And the way it does that is because of the way that you are progressing and kind of building up your character as you're playing through it. What we're seeing here is sort of the beginning of level 2. So once you get through Tartarus, which is the first sort of set of dungeons to get through, you unlock another level, and then so on and so forth. And so in between levels, you can kind of select your gear. You can unlock upgrades that will allow you to change more things up in between the levels. You can choose keepsakes. These are sort of little passive buffs that you get. You can refill some of your health, but not all of it. Health management is a big part of this game. You can spend currency, coins that you've collected to get new upgrades for your character for this particular run. The upgrades are seen on the left vertical column of the screen there, which ones you have and which ones you don't have. You can also purge some of your upgrades if you find that you're not really using one or you don't really like what you've got. You can purge some here for coins, and then coins can be used for other things throughout the run. So there's all kinds of little layered systems here that keep each run feeling really fresh, and there is a lot. there in my time with the game so far. There's tons of different upgrades and buffs and all kinds of boons you can get. And so you progress through this little map. After you beat level 1, you kind of go to this next area called Asphodel. And then, you know, before you set out on your entire run, you select a weapon. So for this run, I was using these Fists of Fury. So I'm using like punching attacks. There's a sword, there's a spear, there's a Aegis shield. There is a few other weapons that you can select from. And all the weapons feel cool and different. The basic controls are really intuitive: light attack, heavy attack, dash, and like a ranged attack. The ranged attack mechanic is actually really neat. You sort of throw this little crystal at the enemies, and it sort of sticks in that enemy until you kill that enemy, and then you get your ranged attack back. You see that little red orb like flying towards me there. So it's a really neat little twist on the ranged attack mechanic. But this game is extremely fast-paced and exciting. When the monsters appear and you start fighting, things get nuts pretty quickly. So, you know, you smash these guys around. There's all kinds of buffs and boons. What's really cool is that each of your abilities, your light attack, heavy attack, ranged attack, dash attack, all of them can get basically modified throughout your run. As you complete levels, you'll have a decision to make on kind of where you want to go and how you want to upgrade. And based on which path you choose, the reward of that next area is going to be a set of 3 choices of buffs for your ranged attack, your regular attacks, passive buffs. There's all kinds of different upgrade paths and upgrade trees and stuff. It's really quite extensive. As you defeat levels, you'll earn these purple orbs. This is what you can use to go back and upgrade your stats back in your room, back in the Hades area. And that's the gameplay. It gets really hectic and fun. You can see I'm just sort of comboing these skeletons. There's a lot of environmental hazards as well, and what's really cool about that is those can also hurt the enemies. So if you're very strategic about it, you can trigger an environmental trap at the right time, and that can add some DPS to what you're doing. A lot of dodging, a lot of sort of fast-paced, kind of like move out of the way of attacks kind of gameplay. Some weapons have different abilities, like the spear has a really nice charge-up AoE attack. These fists are mostly, you know, obviously close-range combat, and so you're in there, you're pummeling, and you're stunning the enemies and then getting out of the way of their attacks. It's really fun. Like, I've really been enjoying it, as have many other people. And then as you clear the room, you'll kind of receive one of these little moments with a dialogue with some NPCs. And so here's Zeus, and Zeus will give you some lightning abilities that can modify your attacks. And so once you speak with Zeus, and then he gives you 3 choices of sort of upgrades that you want to do. The voice acting is great in this game. The art is great. Like, I love these drawings of these characters, and the way they talk is amazing, and the voice acting is all really, really good throughout. So, you know, that's something to definitely consider and think about if you like that. The art of the game is really top notch. And so, yeah, let's... And so, yeah, so then you choose one of 3 buffs, depending on what you want to upgrade. You can upgrade your special attack. You can upgrade you have this other thing called a call ability, where you can like summon a god to help you if you've already gotten that. And then you can decide how you want to upgrade. So it's really dynamic in that way. It really keeps things fresh and interesting. And then there's all sorts of other little systems and quests and different currencies that you're earning and different things that you're doing. So it's just a really overall really fun game. I'm really having fun with it. I think what makes this game special is the variety that you get. I know, like, this game reminds me, you know, gameplay wise of like a Dead Cells, and I really enjoyed Dead Cells 2 as well. But that game got a little stale after a while because I felt like I was always using the same like couple of things, like the same weapons a lot, and it just kind of got a little stale. I like that this game has this different weapons. I think the weapons system in this game is what's really going to keep it fresh, and I haven't gotten to this yet, but I believe there is a weapons upgrading like thing in this game where you can earn this like blood of the harpies or whatever, and like upgrade your weapons over time. So I'm excited to get more into that. But yeah, what are your thoughts and impressions of Hades so far? Are you checking it out? It's only like $20 on Switch. It's going to have cross-play eventually once it gets onto. Right now it's on Epic Games. It was in Epic Games Early Access for about a year. I never played it during all that time, but I had it all that time. and then it just came out on Switch, so I bought it again. And eventually they're going to add cross-save, I believe, to this. So that should be very nice to be able to take it with you. But what do you think of Hades? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and don't forget to get it together. And I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.
In the name of Hades. You'll not do so.